Hey guys, I'm Mel, and as I said in my last video, I'm actually celebrating my Japanniversary this week. So actually on the 23rd of March, I'll have lived in Japan for 2 years, which is not so long and great in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's just a nice little milestone to celebrate, I think. So as I said, I'm actually doing a different video every day this week, just about my experiences living in Japan and kind of just things I've noticed online, just to kind of celebrate the moment, I guess. Alright, so today I actually really want to do a video on my top 4 best experiences living in Japan. And yeah, they're quite kind of varied, I guess. I've managed to do some pretty fun and cool things which have really just stuck with me and have meant a lot to me to be able to achieve. And I really want to share them with you guys. So let's do this. Okay guys, so number 1 on the list, in no particular order, is climbing Mount Fuji and watching the sunrise from the summit. And this was something I actually had on my list a long time before I ever knew that I was going to be moving and living here. It was just something that I never really thought I'd be able to do or achieve, so that's kind of why I really wanted to do it, I guess. So in my first year I was actually able to have the opportunity to go up and try, and I did it. I surprised myself. I completely blew my own expectations for my own abilities out of the water. And yeah, I climbed Mount Fuji. It was hard, it wasn't really fun, I'm not gonna lie about that. But the feeling standing at the top, watching that sunrise, which is still probably one of the most beautiful things I've seen, it's kind of indescribable. I actually got a little bit teary when I was up there, just because I think it was just something I never thought I would actually be able to do and achieve, and to be able to do it is just kind of something that's I'm really proud of myself for doing. And yeah, the sunrise there and the feeling of like the kind of camaraderie of the people who were climbing at the same time and watching the same kind of sunrise was just, it's such a unique kind of experience that, you know, if you get the opportunity to do it when you're in Japan, definitely try. I mean, make sure that you're prepared. Don't just kind of go in half-hearted. Do your research, make sure you know what to bring, and all those kind of things, and kind of what you'll be up against. But because it's really hard, and I think the reason I got up there was not because I'm particularly fit, which I'm not. I'm just ridiculously stubborn when it comes to doing these kind of things. So I was going to be damned if I was, you know, not going to make it to the top in time for that sunrise. But yeah, you know, it's definitely it's a big challenge, but it's something that I'm so proud of having completed, and yeah, it's just one of my really amazing moments living in Japan. Okay, number 2 on my list is teaching. I know that's kind of what the job that I came to Japan to do was to teach, and to be honest, it's completely blown all of my expectations out of the water. I never realized how much I would love this job until I started doing it. And I think I kind of put this into one big category, more so because of there's been so many individual experiences which have been so amazing that I've had while I've been teaching that I can't really even start to go through every single one of them. But you know, just being able to connect and to share my own experiences and to be able to kind of, you know, help these kids to understand that. And I've been teaching kids the whole time. I've taught in elementary school, and now I teach in ELC, which is like early learning. Yeah, just to be able to help those kids and to, you know, kind of change the expectations of, you know, people who are from other countries, and to kind of introduce them to the fact that the world's a much bigger place than they can kind of understand, it's incredible. And yeah, I've loved my students, I love them dearly, and I think they've almost had more of an impact on me than I think I have had on them. So yeah, just an amazing experience. And if you get the chance to teach, I really, really hope that you make the most of it and you don't take that opportunity and that kind of that privilege for granted, because that's what it is. It's a privilege to be able to teach. It's not something that you should expect as your right. Coming over here, I don't know, that's just kind of how I see it, and I appreciate it every single day I get to interact with those kids and my students. So yeah, Okay, teaching in Japan. I'm getting a little bit emotional now, but anyway. Okay. Okay, so on to experience 3, I should say. So my third experience on this list was actually visiting the Genbakudon, or Hiroshima, and the Peace Park on the anniversary of the Hiroshima bombings. I got to do this again in my first year. I had a very busy summer that year. But yeah, honestly, it was just one of the most amazingly positive experiences that I think I've ever had. And you know, for something so positive and so, you know, meaningful to come out of something that was just so horrific is just, it's amazing. There's just this atmosphere of like unity that's kind of prevalent around the Peace Park at this time of year, particularly on the anniversary, and to be, you know, able to talk, interact with people who have got a completely different experience and understanding and knowledge of that particular event to what you do, I think is really, really eye-opening and interesting. I was actually able to, with one of my friends, be a part of the prayer for peace, world peace, and actually got to fly my flag, my country's flag, which I thought was kind of a huge thing. It was really quite touching, and I was really proud to do that. And also to watch the Toro Nagashi, so that's the lantern floating at night, was just, it was stunning, to be honest. And you know, all of the sense of community that's kind of around that event is just yeah, it's really worth experiencing for yourself. I think it brings a whole new understanding to that particular issue and the people who are affected by it. And you know, if you get the chance while you're in Japan to go down and visit the Peace Park and also the museum, it's definitely worth it. I think it's always struck me as something that's a little bit heavy. I always have to take a few moments after going through that museum just to kind of, you know, declutter my brain from thinking, I think, a little bit. But yeah, it's such an amazingly interesting experience, and it's something I think that it kind of enriches your own personal understanding of those kind of world events, which has shaped everything so much since then. So yeah. Okay, so my fourth experience in no particular order is probably going to Koya-san, or Mount Koya, for the Obon holidays. So Obon is kind of a time where Japanese families will get together and they'll kind of, you know, pay their respects to their dead ancestors. And this is usually in midsummer. There's like a big holiday break and all families will kind of travel to like spend time with each other. And it's a really, really big deal here. So I actually got to go to Koya-san. Koya-san's like a very, very large center for a particular sect of Buddhism in Japan. There's lots and lots of temples, and it's actually one of the oldest, I think, and one of the largest graveyards in Japan. And to be honest, they do a lot of different like ceremonies around this time of year there. There's like a big candle lighting, so you walk through this cemetery, which is so old and so beautiful in its kind of like old mossy decrepitedness. You know, it's kind of very peaceful and it's very calm and very kind of organic, if that makes any sense. But yeah, they'll actually do like a candle lighting, and there's lanterns lighting the whole way through there, and there's of course lots of people, but it's kind of an amazing experience. And I actually also got to do a temple stay at that same time. So if you want to do this on that time of year, definitely book ahead, because we were very lucky and we just squeaked in on the day. But yeah, going to spend a night in a Buddhist temple was really, really interesting, and it was a very, very different kind of experience. So you get the whole full, you know, traditional Japanese vegetarian kind of temple food. It was amazing. It was so good, guys, and very elaborate too. There was like a couple of trays with different, like many different dishes, lots of tofu. It kind of prepared different ways, but it was delicious. And then the next morning, getting to see the morning kind of prayers and rituals for that Buddhist temple. It was just kind of an insight into something that I've never been able to see before, and being able to kind of experience that was very eye-opening, and it was just a really positive experience. We were treated with such kindness and such welcoming kind of, you know, such a wonderful hospitality, I think, by the monks at the temple. And yeah, it was really interesting. Actually, we got to have a bit of a chat to one of the monks who spoke English, and he was like kind of looking after us for while we were staying there, and just kind of, you know, hearing a little bit about his own experiences and about his life was just really fascinating. It was something, you know, kind of a window into something I probably wouldn't have been able to hear much about otherwise. So yeah, I don't know, going to these places, really worth doing, and kind of just experiencing something that's completely out of your own, you know, realm of understanding and experiences is just such an eye-opening and really cool thing to do, I think. So yeah, that's my last one on my list. Okay guys, so I'm sorry, this is probably another really super long video. I can't help myself, I start rambling, I talk too much. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. There's a couple more videos to come this week, hopefully some not so much talky at the camera kind of ones. But yeah, if you guys liked it, let me know, hit the thumbs up. As always, if you haven't yet, please subscribe, and yeah, hopefully I will talk to you guys soon. As always, don't forget to leave comments in the comments below. I love reading them, and I love trying to, I'm a bit slack at responding, but yeah, I really like being able to talk to you guys. So yeah, definitely let me know what you thought. Any opinions or thoughts, always welcome. So yeah, I guess until next time, hope you guys have a great one, and I will see you soon.